Hey y'all, let's have some fun. I ran across another tag video. You guys know I love tag videos. Mike B has done it and Lady Nika has done it, and I've seen theirs. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to do it. It's the high school tag. So this ought to be interesting. All right, question number 1. What were you like? Mean, angry. I was a mean teenager. I was really to myself for the most part. I didn't have a lot of friends. You know, that was, again, being gay, growing up. People don't understand you. You don't feel the need to explain yourself. So you tend to have a little mean side to you, you know. You've been taking shit so long that, you know, by the time you get to high school, well, by the time I got to high school, I was all shit taken out. I had enough, and you know, it made me be a little mean. I was mean. I was like, look, fuck you. I don't have time to deal with your bullshit. And I was really getting to the point where I was really saying what I wanted to say to whoever I wanted to say it to. So it made me appear to be a little bit mean. But, you know, whatever. Anyway. Number 2. What was your favorite subject? My favorite subject in high school would have been English. It was English. Yeah, I liked English. I thought I wanted to be an English teacher, but that faded away. The creative stuff was really taken over. But more so at home, I was doing, you know, more creative stuff at home. I didn't do much at school other than good. I hated school, literally. I hated it. It was just like a job. Like I had to, you know, like I had a job and I would go. It's something I had to do. If I had my choice, no, I wouldn't have went there. I'd have went 12 other places other than school. But anyway, English. Who was your favorite teacher? Her name was Karen Williamson, and she was actually the English teacher at Langley High School. Little short woman, really cool. I would love to know what she's actually doing these days. But she was an excellent teacher. She really was. She was a very interesting individual, though, as well. You know, through doing things with her, because I actually took creative writing classes and things like that with her toward, you know, my 12th grade year and that kind of thing. So I ended up spending more time with her. She was a very interesting woman. She really was. She was an atheist, which was really intriguing to me. And it didn't make her, you know, I knew right away, like, she's not a bad person. She thinks differently than how I'm raised, but she was still, like, she was a good person, and she had a good heart. She just had her own different beliefs. And again, I mean, growing up as a gay person, you know, isn't that me? I have different beliefs and different ways of thinking and seeing things. So, naturally. Anyway, but Karen Williamson, I would love to see what she's doing these days. But anyway, question number 4. Ever have detention? Absolutely. With this mouth? Child, you know what? No different. 14 and 15 years old, I would motherfuck you then too. It didn't make no difference. That mouth would get me in trouble, you know. And I've had detention. Snap it out, carrying on, as I will cuss you out. Let's see, number 5. What was the worst thing you did in high school? Fighting. I did a lot of fighting, you know, because again, the verbal altercation, and I didn't really care who I fought, anybody, boy, girl, it didn't make no difference. If you get wrong, you get hit. If you pass a lick, you fucking get a lick. It just is what it is. But fighting, a lot of arguing, a lot of all that angry shit. Yeah, that was the worst about being in high school. You were always on edge. It was always some bullshit. So, yeah. And it seems like adulthood don't really turn out to be that different all the time. You know, you make decisions to change things, but there's a lot of bullshit that follows you through your adult life too. I actually thought shit would stop once you were done with high school, but it doesn't, because there's still people who really act like they are in high school, even in your adult life. Number 6. What is your favorite memory of high school? The shit being over. The shit being over. I didn't even want to go to graduation. I did not want to go to graduation. It was like, one more day at this job, and we're done. And I went to Soldiers and Sailors and gritted my teeth the whole time through that hot motherfucking ceremony, and I was done. That was my favorite memory of high school, sitting in Soldiers and Sailors and them saying, James Caldwell, opening the shit, the paper was in there and saying, here, Mom, now leave me the fuck alone. Anyway, describe prom night. Now, prom, I actually, you know what, and I kind of hold prom separate from high school because my prom is actually the first and only extracurricular thing that I actually really did during high school. I really wasn't really wanting to go because we had a junior prom, and I actually didn't end up going. I went to my senior, I went to prom my senior year with my really good friend, Christy Ware, who we were real cool, and we went to prom. Christy had already gone. She went in junior year, and then her and I actually went, during our senior year, so it was her second time. So she had already did her thing and all that. Christy was really open to everything, and we were like really close. So I designed her prom gown, everything. She just let me do everything. I picked the colors and everything. It was kind of like one of those things. She was so selfless in it. It was more like, James, do your thing. Because we already knew, like, I was into the fashion thing. I had begun to sew and all of this stuff. So she kind of just took the backseat and just let me go. I chose our colors. I designed her dress. I made her dress. I chose all of her stuff for after prom. Everything down to the hair and the shoes and everything. We walked together, but she didn't. She just was like, do your thing. Whatever you want me to do. She was like a muse for the night. And only a friend would actually do that. You know what I mean? Only a friend. And I've loved her from, I loved her before that. But I know how selfless of an act that whole thing really was. You basically walking in my vision all day. And, I mean, never one time did she, like, battle or say, I don't know about all, nothing like that. She kind of made a night for me. And I don't know, we were young, so she probably didn't even know that she was really doing that for me. That's just kind of who she was. She's a very nice girl, and her mom was a very nice lady as well. And even after the prom, when I did my first full fashion show at a community day that summer, and Christy and her mom came, because they lived across town. They came over. She brought her dress. She, modeled her dress. She was the showstopper, naturally. Modeled her dress. But we had a fabulous time, and there was no pressure, Everybody knew, child, this is my friend. He's a queen, honey. We ain't got nothing to do. We ain't doing all that. We had a ball. We went to prom. We took our pictures. We were able to stay at the hotel, that night and stuff. And because the after prom was at the hotel, and we stayed at the hotel, and all that, and no pressure. We didn't have none of that old funny shit going on. That was my good girlfriend. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Christy wherever you are. She's doing really well. I see her a lot on Facebook and stuff, and she has a beautiful baby, and she has a whole life now and everything, and she had a life then, but she has a good life now. So shout out to Christy Ware. That was my girl. Anyway, number 8. Did you graduate? Absolutely. And I'm 1989 was my graduation year. What would you change? If I could change anything as far as high school, I would be more focused into what it was that I wanted to do, because I really didn't know what I wanted to do as a career. So I really was kind of lost in the sauce. I had that January birthday too, so I had just turned 17 at graduation, like a few months before. So I was always a little younger than everybody else in the class, but I would have found my purpose a little earlier on, I think, if I could change it, yeah, that I would have done more research about fashion and all of that while I was actually in high school, because I literally graduated high school and had no clue what I wanted to do. I knew how to sew. I knew I could do it well, but I didn't know, like, that I really want to do it as a career. Anyway, what would you tell your, number 10 is, what would you tell your high school self now? Okay, this is the big one. I would tell my high school self, don't be upset with them. They don't really understand. Don't be upset with them. Don't be angry with them. And everything's going to actually be fine. Just wait and see how it turns out. I was angry. Like, I honestly say I did not care for many people. I really didn't. I didn't care for them. I didn't care to be bothered with them, especially males. So that was the strangest thing, that you are this person who is gay and you can't stand males. I couldn't stand them. Like, I was like, you don't have to worry about me liking you, because I don't like none of you motherfuckers. None of you, you know. Not attracted to you, not thinking about you. I hate half of you motherfuckers. But the thing is, as an adult, it is so crazy, because the guys from my neighborhood, the ones that I grew up with, they all know who they are. And, you know, they know who they are. We are so good at this point. Like, I literally view them all kind of like cousins. You know, whenever I'm out, I don't have issues. I don't run into people talking shit and being shady. When I go, like, if I go to a neighborhood bar and I'm there and it's all the guys that I actually went to school with, they're like, hey, chef, you know what's going on? It's always comfortable. Again, they didn't know. They didn't understand. They didn't understand. And everything was going to be all right. Time took care of all of that. And I have, like, great respect for basically all those guys now. They really are not jerks. They're cool. And I view, like, the guys from my neighborhood kind of like cousins. And we're all real good. So, yeah, if I could go back, and there's some females as well. There are some females that I regret being, where we clashed. You know, again, didn't understand. They didn't understand. You know, you're different. So people are kind of shy away from what is different. But there are some people in my life right now that I hate the fact that we missed out so much time of each other, when it was just really, there was nothing really going on. You know, we could have been great friends even back then if we had taken the time to really know each other instead of battling. And I don't even want to get into saying the names, but I have some friends right now that I have grown up with, gone to school with, and we are great confidants at this point. And it's just shameful that we missed out on so much of each other's life with other people, because there was a lot of other people saying this, saying that, and causing confusion. So yeah, I would tell my high school self, don't be mad at them. They don't understand. Just wait. Everything's going to be fine. And it actually is. It's funny, because I have to say, you all have heard me say it in videos a lot. I like a lot of these people that I'm speaking of, my high school people that I went to school with and came up with. I like a lot of them better than I like a lot of my family members. And on that, I'm going to let this shit go, because, you know, I'll start ranting and going on the other direction. But, yeah, a lot closer with a lot of them than I am with my family members. And one other thing that I will say this. And this is shade. This is going to be my number 11, but it's a full piece of shade. That favorite cousin that you were so in love with, I would tell myself, watch that bitch. Watch her. And we'll see how that shit turns out. And on that, I'm going to take my shady ass, and I'm going to end this video. I will talk to you guys later. Bye, guys.